Hey you! Yes, you, watching this video. Do you want to own a piece of Scribbler? Only not a lock of hair or blood or flesh or anything else that will get you in trouble with the law? Well, now you can, with t-shirts, hoodies, tote bags and mugs featuring Obab Scribbler at her Teespring store. You know you want to. I shall now stop talking in third person and send you on to the video. Be lovely to each other and enjoy the show! Prisoner of the Past by Scribbler.
I can't believe it!
Believe it, Sugarbud.
But it's impossible. Princess Twilight said it's impossible.
The older mare sat down, sending up wisps of straw.
Twilight never did tell y'all the truth about how Starlight became her protege, did she?
Student.
Applebloom corrected.
Starlight Glimmer is Princess Twilight's student.
Oh, yeah, right.
The older mare nodded.
Y'all are still at that stage, ain't you?
Huh?
Never mind. Time travel stuff.
She waved a grubby hoof. Time travel. Applebloom had heard the story of how Princess Twilight once tried to warn her past self of some future woe, but she had never thought she would someday meet her own future self. She was just an earth pony after all, one stunningly talented at potions, but actual spellcasting?
Did Sweetie Belle?
No!
Her older self's brow crinkled in a mask of pain. It smoothed out in less than a second, but Applebloom recognized the expression from hours of looking at herself in the mirror, wondering whether her parents would have been ashamed of their blank-flank daughter. She hadn't seen that expression in 2 years, but she still knew it for what it was, added wrinkles or not.
No.
Her older self said again, calmer this time.
Sweetie Belle didn't case this spell. I did.
For real?
Uh-huh.
Wow!
Applebloom hopped down from the hay bale.
I gotta go tell Applejack! She's gonna lose her mind when she sees you! Not to mention Big Mac! He might even say a whole sentence in shock!
Her older self blinked.
Oh my gosh! I forgot about them. How in Celestia's name could I forget they were still...
Huh?
She shook her head.
Never mind. You can't tell them I'm here. I ain't got much time.
What?
Applebloom stared at the weather-beaten mare, wondering what had possessed her to cut her mane so ugly and short. Why, in places, it looked almost shorn, like she was some kind of sheep. And was that a tattoo?
I get a tattoo?
It slipped out before she could stop it. Her older self instantly clapped a hoof to her neck.
Fuck.
Applebloom's eyes rounded. Even several years after getting her cutie mark, no pony allowed her to curse like that.
Dang it. I should've... Fuck. You weren't supposed to see that.
Applebloom's stomach tightened at the frustration in her older voice.
You ain't here just for a visit, are you?
The hoof sagged, revealing the barcode, and fell to the barn floor with a hollow noise.
No, Sugarbud, I ain't. I'm here to prevent a great tragedy.
What?
Tears formed at the edges of her older self's eyes.
Someday, we're gonna get cocky. We're gonna try and prove we're just as good as unicorns at magic.
She blinked, sending the tears skidding down her soot-stained cheeks.
It ain't gonna end well. We're gonna hurt someone important, and it's gonna have consequences we ain't able to deal with.
She opened her eyes again, but her focus was somewhere in the middle distance.
Consequences no pony can deal with. Not really. We aimed higher than we could have reached, and some pony else. Some pony real important paid the price for our arrogance.
A ball of tension began to twist up Applebloom's insides. She was suddenly very aware of just how far the barn was from the house.
So, you came back to warn me? Like Princess Twilight came back to warn her past self?
Kinda.
Applebloom took a step back, towards the ladder down from the hayloft. She could jump it. Maybe.
Kinda?
Her older self reached into one saddlebag. The other was blackened from fire damage, too useless to contain anything. She pulled out a long, crystalline object with a gently pulsing sphere at its tip.
I'm sorry, Sugar Bud. I loved being you. I loved it so much. I loved that you and I used to be... But we ain't safe. We're too reckless. I went back so many times, but we always do something. We always hurt or kill someone. So, this is the only way to be sure we don't wreck everything for the ones we love.
Applebloom turned to run. She made it to the top of the ladder. When the magical blast hit her, every muscle in her body convulsed. She reared back, instinctively trying to get away from the pain. Her mouth opened in a scream that never came. And then, there was no more pain. There were no more muscles, or bones, or streaming ribbon trailing behind her. The battle-scarred mare watched the blackened outline fade away. There wasn't even any dust. She liked to think she could feel the timelines shift and break apart. This one was on a better path now. Her exit from it was also sealed. She could return to the future, but it would not be the one she left. Her future existed somewhere else, in a different timeline, one she could no longer access.
There ain't no place for a pony like me in this one,
she muttered, as she turned the crystal wand on herself. Moments later, all that existed of any Applebloom were quickly drying tear stains on the hayloft floor, and the plaintive voices of her siblings calling for a sister who would never come home.